Welcome back to the CO Gaming channel. I'm Jabali, and today is a first look at the next generation of fight sticks from QANBA. On my left is the recently released QANBA Drone 2 for PlayStation 4, 5, and PC, which is an update to their last gen model of the Drone 1, which was one of the best entry-level sticks for around $80 back then. And then on my right is the star of today's video. This is actually a prototype, not a 100% final version of the newest QANBA family member, the Titan, that I get to give you a first look at today. So please keep in mind, this is not final. I know the finish will be a lot more resistant to scratches and everything when it does come out, but I am excited after spending some time with both of these sticks to tell you a lot about them. CEO. All right, so first up, we have the QANBA Drone 2, and this is a really nice update to the original Drone 1 that came out for the last generation of PlayStation 4, 3, and PC. And I also have a Drone 1 to kind of compare sizes for you real quick. The Drone 2 is actually a little bit bigger with a much more solid feel. It removes the plastic looking, very smudgy, fingerprint attractive build of last one to a more of a matte finish that I really like. It's a lot sleeker. Does feel exactly the same about lightness wise. This is an entry level stick. You're not going to be seeing a lot of people, picking these up for high level play, but it's still a very solid stick, and they do a great job of kind of presenting to you all the different things that it comes with. It comes with QANBA 30mm buttons. They're very easy to swap out, but they're kind of like Sanwa replicated, not as high quality, but still kind of gets the job done. But they did a really good job on this. Really excited that they actually changed. They pushed the option start button over to the left side. Before it used to be like right here, but now, you have to really think about going to push that rather than, mashing then accidentally hitting it up there. Then you've got the touchpad. One removal they did do, which is kind of weird, they removed the lock button that used to be on here. And on the old one, the buttons look completely different, but this has everything else you need. A nice little rubber feeling PlayStation button right here. And then what's cool is you have the cable in the bottom like it was before, so you can kind of just pull it out and then tuck it right back in and hide it. So very easy to do. Makes it very, comfortable to take around. You don't have to worry about losing the wire. And I had asked, why do you guys keep doing the attachable ones? And 9 times out of 10, they get an email saying someone had lost their cable and if they can get a replacement. So would like to see some every stick to come out like a USB-C replaceable cable, but for the most part, this is very solid cable. It's not going anywhere. You have plenty of storage to put it down. And then on the back, the rest of it. So if you want to open the stick up, you've got the 6 screws right here. And then this is basically so you can take out the stick without opening it up. So it kind of gives the option if you use a flathead screwdriver, take off that little protector down there and then pull out the stick and then swap it out. Very easy to do. So really nice touch that QANBA's been doing. I really enjoy that. Very easy to kind of access that if you want to switch things out. But for the most part, this isn't why we're all here. I really like the Drone 2. I think it's going to be a great replacement, obviously, to the 1. It is one of the first PS5 ready sticks ready to go. And then it was very easy to plug in a PC, switching the buttons. So really happy with how this turned out. Again, great matte finish. Great update to the original drone. I think people are going to really enjoy it being a little bit bigger, so it doesn't feel as much of a toy. It actually feels like a very nice upgrade for the next generation of fighting games. And now for the upcoming QANBA Fight Stick that will be releasing sometime soon in the next few months, which actually doesn't have a price finalized yet, and I don't have that to share with you. Also a reminder that this is not a 100% final design for the most part. It's pretty much done. It's just these are production models, so there's a scratch. It's very easy to scratch surface right now, but it'll be a lot more resistant, and I tested on the Drone 2, which has that more of a final feel where I was scratching and nothing was pretty much showing up. So on first feel, I really, really, really like this stick. It reminds me of the Mad Catz TES, the smaller square designs with a bit more curve on the sides to it. But for the most part, it's a solid feel. It's not ginormous. It's not going to take up your entire bag. And then one really distinct difference, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but they actually added more space between the fight stick itself and the buttons. On every other stick, it's about 1.9 inches between right about here, the start of the X button, all the way to the center of the stick is how I measured it. Now this is about 3.9 inches. So they're adding an additional 2 inches between them. And honestly, I didn't notice. I'm a bigger guy, so I like, heavier sticks so it's not flying around on my lap. But for the most part, I actually really like the separation. On previous sticks, your thumbs would be right here touching each other almost. But on this itself, it's a really good, I think they took a nice little risk on this. Kind of reminds me of the old school Vulexes that are a little bit farther apart. But for the most part, really great job on making that decision to separate the stick. Also, like the Drone 2, they actually moved the options button up here. And again, you know, when you're mashing, a lot of people would randomly hit start unless they had a lock button, which this does. But having it up here, I had to really think sometimes, like, where's the option button? Because I was so used to over the years pressing here on the sides. But to have it all the way up here, a nice touch. And obviously the PlayStation button right here. It's not like that indented, looked like a glass kind of cover, but plastic. Here it's like a rubber button, so, but still tactile. Then all your standard buttons, the L3, which will let you, you know, reset your training mode, your mute for the headphone jack, which is also located right here. And then, you know, your DP, LS, right stick, PS5, PS4, PC. And I tried this on every system, PS5, went to my PS4 Pro. So obviously it's plug and play, ready to go for those. And then of course the lock button, so you can avoid touching any of this while you're playing and not have to worry just by a quick switch right there, which a lot of us do in tournaments just to, you know, get over the nerves and make sure that we don't press anything wrong. QANBA actually did set me up a promo code for you guys that I'm not debating you, but if you actually go to their website and you do want to pick up the Drone 2 right now or anything on their website, if you use promo code JABATED2023, you actually get 10% off your order. Now, whether you play with the fight stick on your lap or on a desk or a table, it has a really nice full-on rubber mat on the bottom. So I've been trying to move it around on my desk. Like it's pretty much there, and I'm giving it a lot of force. You can tell by the camera shaking. So really nice touch there. This is basically taped on through that, and then to open it, similar to the Drone 2, you've got the 6 standard Phillips head screws, and then this to remove the stick. Now I will tell you, and I have opened this already, and I'm about to do so for you now. This was a lot better design in terms of separating the two pieces. So I've already taken everything off. Let me just remove it right here. So very easy. So this top part comes off. On the Drone 2, the stick was still attached, so that was a big issue I was having, but super cool it has that. So, and again, prototypes, so things could change in here, but for the most part, it's pretty much done, but I just want to kind of go over everything. You have the wire here that's into there, so you can see all the exposed wires. You have the stick here, which would be very easy to change out if you need it. This is a square gate, not an octo gate that it comes with. It does not come with any additional pieces. But there's your stick right there. And then you have all the buttons. So if you want to swap out the buttons, very easy. It has the little sides right there, and then boom, already popping out the button. Then go switch it out if you want to add LED buttons or mess around with it. So they did, you know, not make it as easy to press a button, open it up. You still have to take off the screws. But for the most part, everything is pretty well laid out. And I believe if you wanted to add like an additional PCB or anything, you're going to have a lot of extra space around here. So for anyone interested in modding their sticks as quick as you get them, super cool. And then the excess cable is here. There's still a little bit in there. And then you want to just make sure when you close it back up, the top cover, make sure you do it in the right order. So, yep. And it's easy to tell by that little opening here to kind of match up. And then let me just make sure. There. It's that easy. And then, boom. So I'll put those screws in later. But like I said, this is a great new stick. I really like it. I'm actually going to be using this a lot on my my home setup, whether it's PC or playing on the PlayStation 5 as soon as Street Fighter 6 comes out. But you know, I will kind of run it through and show you guys, but for the most part, really excited for this. Now, they have not given a price out for it yet. They don't want me guessing. I would like to guess. I honestly think, you know, with the drone at $125 for PS5 and the next generation ready and being a brand new stick to the market, I think this is going to go anywhere between, if we're lucky, about $180 to up about $220, $230. Anything above that, you know, you'll be approaching the Obsidian 2 territory. For however much that will end up being. But the Obsidian 1, which I think is one of QANBA's best bang for your buck stick, which was $200 in the last generation, we'll have to wait and find out how much the Obsidian 2 is. But for the most part, if this is around the $200 range, this is a great stick, especially if you're going for that simple and clean, you know, carbon fiber matte finish. You know, having this for your wrist down here is really comfortable. And then kind of show you a side profile right there. So again, guys, if you want a no frills, solid tournament reliable stick, you know, to play with at home, maybe even travel, switch this out to a Link 2 and down the road if you need to. This is a great foray into the PlayStation 5 era, so it gets me really excited for the next generation of fighting games. And I hope with that you've enjoyed this kind of first look at the QANBA Drone 2, which is currently out, and then now the QANBA Titan. All right, so there's a little bit of footage after my first look at the QANBA Titan. Kind of want to show you some in-game action using it, kind of break it down again. So options button right here, I really like it on the left. You have to really think about it to push it with one of your, you know, left fingers. Then the home button, I'm on PC, so when I hit that, it's going to pretty much bring up the Xbox home button. Obviously, PlayStation will bring up the home. Then L3, love it, you know, having this, your easy access to training mode. And then you got Turbo, which you won't use too much in tournaments at all. And then, you know, the share button, mute button for your headset jack, which is really cool that it has it right up there. And then a mute button, R3 as well. And then your, you know, DP left stick, right stick, in case you're playing a game that needs a right analog stick for a quick movement on the stick itself. And then PS5, PS4, PC. And this was plug and play. Boom, right in, installed into my PC or plugged it in. It was good to go. And then your lock button. So once you hit that, you can't hit options or anything like that. So easy to set everything up. But yeah, to kind of show you, I don't feel any lag. This feels pretty much comparable with all the best tournament sticks on the market. So the moment I hit that button, that, you know, that move's coming out. So taunt with everything, V skills. So, you know, works pretty darn well. Very reliable stick. I really like the design of it. It's a decent weight, not heavy at all. You can easily lift it up with one hand. You know, fits perfectly on the lap, has the rubber bottom. So if you put it on a desk, I was trying to do it, it's not moving at all. You have to really move it around. The only thing is, this is a prototype, so it's not final finish. This matte finish, and I tested on the drone itself, you can leave scratches easily. You can actually, like, basically inscribe your own name. I did CEO. You probably can't see it on here very well using a desk view mode, but for the most part, really like this stick. I mean, I will show you some basic combos that I know. I'm retired from Street Fighter 5 until 6, as you can tell right there. Let me just reset that. Oh no, home button. Let me reset that now. So there you go. Again, just resetting it. Now let me show you one of my favorites. Full bar usage right there. But yeah, for the most part, if you are interested in this stick, if you're a big fan of QANBA, price has not been announced yet. I have a good feeling. I honestly don't know. I don't think they've determined yet. Being a PS5 ready licensed stick, it's going to be, you know, all around the market. Easy to pick up through QANBA and any of the websites that might start selling it when it does fully release in a few months from now. I think this is a worthy stick at $200 if you want something smaller than the Obsidian, which went for $200 in the last generation. Obsidian 2, we don't have a price on that yet. The drone being $125 is a great starting stick. But this, I'm going to take a lucky guess between $180 to like $220. If it goes above that, that's when you kind of have to wonder if this is the stick for you. But for me, I actually really like this. This is probably going to be my go-to stick playing at home. Not so much on travel, not sure yet, but going to give it some more time. But QANBA, shout outs to you guys for sending me this prototype to check out. If you have any questions about it, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer it for you and what I can. But I hope you enjoyed this review. You know, let me get off a desk view mode for you. So that's my webcam. That lets me switch it out. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review of the QANBA Titan, or first look, so to speak. But great stick. Excited for the future of fight sticks, especially with Street Fighter 6 coming out on PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox as well. But if you're looking for a solid PlayStation 5 ready stick that also works flawlessly on PC, you might want to consider the QANBA Titan coming out soon. So until next time, guys, take care.